Welcome back to our humble homestead, the Abundant Harvest Homestead. Thank you for joining us once again, and I'll tell you what. I need to finish this, but the weather is not conducive to finishing this. I don't know if you can look up there, you'll see little holes through it. See that? Those aren't little stars shining up there, those are holes. But it's been raining for a bit, so I can't caulk all my holes. I also have a number left to finish over here on the very end. I think I'm going to call it either 7 or 9 that are still left to finish with the pieces of metal. But I also have to replace this one here with this cedar for continuity. And then these two are going to be above the ground. So I have to find a way to kind of keep them heavy so they don't blow away. I was considering just kind of doing a little bit of rock and mortar, but Mr. Eric Johnson, one of our subscribers from down in Texas, we also have a Muscovy duck that he sent up as an egg, and now it's the sire for our flock. But he suggested I do some rock pillars, just like I do on my outer perimeter of the property. And I think that's the way to go. In fact, I'm probably going to do it all the way down just because I like the look of it. But this here, I might start. I really just want to clean this up. I really just want to have this not be this. And it's stuff, it's useful. I mean, I just used a bunch of these nails here. I think I got that from Miss Monica, who we originally met over at Bobblehead Homestead. Some of those nails there. You know, it's all useful stuff. It's just if I leave it like this, it's all going to be destroyed. It simply will. So I believe what I'm going to do is start working on some of it here. The goal is for a bunch of this longer stuff to be able to be kind of right underneath there, running along. So I'm going to make a couple little areas just to fill it. I might attach some stuff to the bottom of this 2x6. Run it over flush, drop down some things. I don't know. I've got some plans, and I really want to do a good job, but I want to get this started to be cleaned up. So that's what I'm going to do right now and try to sort things by the way they make sense. I'm excited about it. I waited a long time for this, and thankfully now I'm working on it. Now I'm doing it. Not sure how far I will make it, but this is a before. Just gonna walk down here as a before. Woo! And this will be a before from above. Probably snap some photos too, but man, it's good for resources. Just not like this. Not like this. Oh, I forgot about these too. I got all these shelves. I picked these up for, man, I think it was $3 a piece. There's 2 of them here, I believe, at a, where was it? Some sort of, estate sale. These are like 30 or 40 bucks at Tractor Supply, no, Harbor Freight. So yeah, I should maybe set these up in there too. I like that. The first little area is now created, and this is for shorter stuff. There's gonna be one behind it that'll be for longer stuff. So if anything's about this length, I'm gonna stick it in here and see what I can clean up from over there. And I'll probably do some minor organization. You can see I got a center line running down there. So maybe some type of stuff will be on this side, some on the other side, just to help for finding out who's hiding where when I need it. Figured I better line up some of these too. That is looking great. Do you see that above you, baby girl? Look up there. See all my stuff? I'm cleaning up my mess in the yard. Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Will Mama be happy?
Yeah.
Good.
If you would.
If I would?
If Mama would.
Oh, okay. Mama would be happy.
If you would.
So, looking a little more presentable. All that up there. Unless you paid real close attention before, you probably won't be able to see a huge difference yet. Let's go look from the top quick. I think I'm gonna switch gears on this. I do want to get this whole mess cleaned up, and I've made some great progress, I really have. But with a shop light, I can do a lot of that after dark with these short days these days. So I think I'm actually gonna try to put the first rock pillar, I forget if it's gabion or gambion. I think it's gabion. So I've got a roll of wire. I'm just gonna determine the size I want it. And I know I got some buckets sitting around that are just full of rocks already. So, plus there's a bunch on the ground over there. And I think I plan on running it straight all the way up. That each of those is gonna get its own pillar. The other post will have to be burned and cut. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that because I've probably got a half hour till it's dark. But let's see if I can do this real quick. If you look here, sometimes I like to make sure I've got things on hand like this, just in case I get stuck home for a while. I'll have projects to do. So I'm gonna clip this and determine the size I want. And I'm not sure if I'm going up the full 48 inches or if I'm gonna make something shorter. But I think I might just do the whole thing. Although shorter would look kind of cool, but I wouldn't have anything to do with the rest of it. I don't want them half. Half doesn't make sense to me, so we'll do the whole thing. You got a little more?
Yeah.
Well, we just filled this. Look at that, stand right next to it. That is huge. Guys, this is subscriber recommended, Papa approved. Do you think that's gonna help it stay still if the winds blow?
Yes, sir.
Dude, I didn't realize it was gonna be that big compared to you. That's awesome. I actually did get a bit more done with my cleanup of stuff. I just kind of ran out of daylight. I switched gears after I stepped on a nail. I like to be able to remove all nails from every board before they show up on our property, but that's not always gonna work, especially like sometimes if I'm getting paid to take something down. I just gotta take it down. I'm not gonna sit there, you know, for an extra hour or two trying to pull nails and stuff like that. Nobody's gonna be impressed with that on the job site. So somehow nailed myself in the foot with the nail, and that's when I switched gears. Yeah, what a great recommendation from a subscriber. That's actually perfect because I was thinking of mortaring something to it. I would have used bigger rocks. I would have had more expense because I would have been buying some mortar. It would have been more time consuming. So I'm looking forward to moving this out, this project. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to complete some more of the stuff by the year end. I wouldn't mind getting all those gabions, get the other pole replaced, finish the roof, and maybe put up some trim metal on the outside. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to, but I do have like one more welding project, two I need to do before I return the welder. And with doing with the welder on site, somebody else suggested another thing. So I'm not sure if we'll have another subscriber recommended Papa approved video coming up. But I'm not beyond taking suggestions. I'm not beyond something like this. Even on that, I forget exactly what he said, but he said something about like he didn't want to be like a backseat homesteader, you know, to kind of pardon him for that. And I'll tell you what, his idea was so much better. Even with burning those cedars when we were going to put them in the ground, I do that for my projects. I remove the bark, char them, burn them, shushugiban, and then bury them. And I was explaining this to a friend of mine, and then I came to check up on his work later, and he had all his ends burned. And I like to normally use my like flamethrower weed eater guy, propane powered. I said, "Wow, how'd you get all these burned?" And he goes, "I put them in the fire." And I'm like, "Wow," you know, like. He had a campfire going, he just shoved the ends of all his cedars in there and kind of rotated them, let them burn up, and I'm like, I don't know how I overlooked that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe I've ever had a fire going outside. I'm not going to bring them in here, you know, and shove them in my wood stove, but I don't believe I ever had a fire going outside when I needed to do that. But right now I don't make my own propane. I do make my own wood. And plenty of wood is growing up as well, besides what we already have on our property. So it was just another one of those things where I was like, whoa, yeah, duh. So I'm definitely not above people recommending things. Absolutely. If it's a good idea, and sometimes even if it's a good idea, I won't. But if it's a good idea, I'll entertain it. I'll discern if it's a good idea or not, and then in this case, you know, put that one up rather quickly. Oh, the other part about those rocks. All those rocks came from within 100 feet of there. I've got a ton of buckets filled with rocks for my rock pillar wall on the fence. In fact, in the background on that earlier scene, if you look past where I'm filling that one, there's all sorts of rows of buckets lined up just full of rocks waiting by each T-post for me to complete that. But within 100 feet of radius from where I was working, we went and got them all off in one area. They were all surface level. We just gathered them up quickly and filled them in. And I really like this. I think by the time I get done, this is going to be amazing. And with all the free sources I've had, I'm going to need more storage than just this lean-to. I've got a couple different ideas for potential buildings. I'll just have to see what makes the most sense. But like, I want one for my children where they can store all of their bicycles and all their helmets, you know. I want one where, I don't know, all sorts of other stuff can get stored. So we'll see what happens. But thank you for the recommendation, Eric Johnson. The rest of you, thanks for coming along. I love tidying this yard up. I just want to redo everything. I want to tidy my house up, tidy my yard up. There's just there's too much stuff. There's not enough places to go with the stuff that we have, which makes it appear to be too much stuff. Darling, you're welcome by in the background. How'd you like to see me start cleaning up my stuff?
It was a miracle.
It was a miracle. You came out there and you were like, what?
Wow, I don't even remember what I said.
You were like,
It was like,
you were all eyes and smiles. Just,
I was really surprised. The organization was happening.
I used to get paid for organization, which is why I think when I'm not getting paid, sometimes I don't organize stuff very well. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us once again. Hit that like button if you guys haven't done so already. It helps. If you want to join the comment club, comment below. If you want to join the 2-comment club, you can do that too. You can leave multiple comments. Some people, like Strugglers Farm, tries to leave like 5 to 8 every video. If anyone wants to try to beat them, try it. And they don't all just have to be random comments. You can go interact with yourselves, you know, in the comment section. Say hey to some other people down there. We'll see with that next one too, because I think I've got another subscriber recommended, Papa approved video coming up next. Maybe next. I got a dog video I'm still working on too, but the weather's not good for it. We'll see. Papa out.
Thank you for watching. And the left button. Thumbs up. But well.
So funny.